Hi, my name is William Mohabati, and I'll be talking about how Audience Insights empowers your business workflows with its account-centric CDP approach. This was just released and has already created tons of excitement, and I'm happy to talk about how it enables your B2B sales and marketing workflows by creating unified customer profiles and insights from your data across physical and logical boundaries, and how you can leverage all the CDP goodness from Audience Insights in your systems of action where you run your business. So for today's agenda, I'll be covering some of the supported business scenarios, our CDP approach, and a brief introduction to its building blocks, and finally an end-to-end scenario highlighting how an account-centric CDP can add value to your business. So let's dive right into it. Following is some of the supported scenarios in Audience Insights. Customer research. Based on a study, 77% of buyers don't believe that the sales rep they deal with understand their business. Customer research scenarios are around research and analysis based on Customer 360 view created through unified profiles and activities, plus auto-generated insights on top of this that would help customers identify ideal accounts. Imagine the power of having a 360 view of both your accounts and their contacts. Customer research is definitely one of the crucial business activities to better understand the customer. Customer acquisition is all about lighting up scenarios like personalized outreach and targeting identified accounts through customer research. The value prop here is to enhance customer acquisition, whether it is through unified profiles and enrichments that help create solid 360 view of accounts for tailored outreach, or the actual activation of insights for acquisition purposes through customers' own systems of action. And speaking of activation, this is all about empowering sellers with the right accounts. A recent study showed that 67% of reps' time is spent on non-selling activities. Audience Insights empowers sellers with the right accounts, whether this is through segments of, for example, accounts at risk of churn, or identified opportunities based on business metrics calculated through measures. You can in a way sum this up as enabling intelligent sales with contextual insights. Retention and upsell is another set of supported scenarios, and I was actually just speaking about churn in the above example, which is a good use case for retention. For upsell and cross-sell activities, customers can leverage unified activity profiles to see the latest purchase or interactions with the account in order to craft a personalized offer. Reporting and analytics. Here, imagine being able to match customer sales with specific activities and changes in customer purchase or interaction behavior. This can certainly inform future advertisement budgets and help assess what is working well and where adjustments and fine-tuning is needed. And finally, data management, which is a bucket of classic data management scenarios to wrangle and transform existing data to create combined attributes without modifying the source MDM and having the opportunity to feed back the unified data back into customers' enterprise systems. So how are we doing all this? Our approach is pretty simple. We're combining a set of features across multiple capability building blocks. These building blocks are foundational, enrichment, insights, and activation. Foundational capabilities are the ones that are like cornerstones in any CDP solution. Here we allow customers to bring in their data and create unified profiles and activities, and in doing so also leverage any existing hierarchies that customers might have. And finally, being able to repeat this whole ingestion, unification, and insights creation initiated from a new round of data refresh inside Audience Insights. This does enable a tight feedback loop where new insights are continuously generated. Enrichment capabilities combine a set of Microsoft and third-party enrichments that operate on both account and contact level. Obviously, any data that comes through the feedback loop also gets enriched, and these enrichments together with unified profiles and activities set up the stage for insights generation that ultimately will drive business outcome for the customers. And that brings us to the next item, which is insights. Insights capabilities are represented through a set of features from segments and measures to out-of-box AI ML models, all operating on customer accounts. Here, I'm talking about segments and accounts based on certain business criteria. For example, accounts that are at churn risk, or business metrics through measures, for example, sales volumes for a specific line of business. Now, with all the unified profiles and activities enriched with additional insights from Microsoft and third parties, and insights generated on top of all of these, we obviously need to surface these to our customers to light up activation scenarios. And this is the final capability building block on the diagram. Activation capabilities light up scenarios where customers can actually use all the CDP generated goodness in the systems of action. These can be anything from customer cards inside AUI or say Dynamics 365 cells to exported segments and insights to LinkedIn for company targeting. So let's see how all these different modules work together. Audience Insights brings together all customers' transactional, observational, behavioral, and firmographic data for accounts, their corresponding contacts, and enterprise systems they interact with. It ingests data from multiple data sources, maps and matches myriad pieces of data into useful customer profiles to ultimately conflate multiple data points into a unified customer profile. The first step here is to ingest data from customers' business systems, and Audience Insights can ingest data almost from anywhere using pre-built connectors for popular data sources. Customers can attach their own data lake to Audience Insights and use Power Query to transform their data as they load it. The second step is data mapping, where Audience Insights unifies the ingested data by resolving accounts and their identities through initial mapping of the data points using recommendations based on AI and machine learning. Once data is mapped, we get into the actual unification where Audience Insights matches recommended data maps to existing entities. This step is fully customized and will enable different organizations to create a unification process that follows their own specific business models and needs. And the final step is the merge process, where customers can craft what will be available in the final unified profile and have the option to bundle together multiple attributes into one as needed. The outcome of all of this is a collection of unified profiles that give customer the 360 view of their accounts and their related data that have been bundled into a golden record. But there's more. As I mentioned earlier, Audience Insights also allows customers to bring in transactional or any event-based data and create unified activities that belong to specific accounts. Account-centric activities are easily created in Audience Insights and will also contain the activities for all the contacts of the account. This is a straightforward process. You set up activities for accounts, you set up semantic contacts, and there you have it. You have all the activities that relate to an account, both on account level and contact of the account. Unifying all the customers' ingested business data across multiple systems and physical and logical boundaries will give an amazing 360 view of customers' accounts based on their existing data. But imagine being able to enhance these 360 views by bringing in additional data that either do not exist in customers' own data or is not easily accessible to them. I'm talking about augmenting the unified profiles with additional enrichment. The third-party enrichments here include firmographic information such as company revenue, industry, relationship between accounts, and more. Audience Insights enrichments also enable customers to bring in strong IDs like DUNS number to further improve account segmentation, account classification, and more. On the contact level, we get email verification whether the contact still works for the accounts, and many, many more. The bundled Microsoft enrichments include company name normalization and enhanced addresses, which clean up and standardize company records. And with the latest release of our account-centric CDP, customers now can also have the opportunity to leverage insights aggregated from their Office data in Microsoft. Initially, this will provide an overview of account communication by importing aggregated engagements data from Office, like emails and meetings, to gauge the account engagement. Obviously, privacy and compliance are crucial here, and customers decide themselves exactly how much data is processed after going through a thorough consent process. The Office enrichment gives access to a number of aggregated insights, some of which are displayed directly in the customer card. These include the number of emails and meetings with the accounts over a configurable period of time to get an overview of the engagement over time with the account. Customers can also combine Office data with other data inside Audience Insights to, for example, create powerful measures. On top of unifying accounts data and enriching it with Microsoft and third-party enrichments, Audience Insights provides a powerful set of features for account insights generation. Segments, for example, enable you to create a collection of your accounts based on a set of given criteria. These can be transactional, firmographic, or any other attributes that are important to your business. Segments are then used for tailored communication, sales activities, marketing campaigns and outreach, and many others to support your business goals. Measures help customers better understand their accounts, their characteristics, and ultimately how they perform. These are basically business KPIs that you can define. Customers can get insights such as total purchase amount per account or total purchase amount rolled up per account inside an existing account hierarchy. Customers can also create measures from the segments that they have already created. When it comes to out-of-box AI ML models, we have just released our churn model that will allow customers to assess accounts or accounts plus product category that are at highest risk of churn. Together with out-of-box churn model, Audience Insights also provides capabilities that help customers better understand the factors that influence the churn scores and compare scores with scores of other well-known business accounts or simply accounts that are at the highest or lowest risk of churn. To provide even more flexibility to customers that have their own AI/ML models, Audience Insights also provides the option to fully extend and customize AI/ML models using Azure Machine Learning. Audience Insights makes all its CDP goodness available in many systems of action like Power Apps, Dynamics 365 Sales, Dynamics 365 Marketing, LinkedIn, Marketo, Adobe Campaign, and many more. This is done primarily through the export functionality, where customers can select the segments they have created of both accounts and their corresponding contacts and export them to the systems of action for activation scenarios. One such example is integration with LinkedIn Campaign Manager, and more specifically LinkedIn Ads, where customers can export their account segments and their corresponding contacts to LinkedIn Campaign Manager and create matched audiences. And audience matching can be done on both account and contact level. Another example is seamless availability of Audience Insights unified profiles and insights in Power Apps, where customers can create low-code, no-code application. This seamless integration is possible because all Audience Insights profiles and insights are in Dataverse that power Power Apps. Now let's look at a quick end-to-end scenario with a common theme across many organizations where accounts data is siloed and there is no 360 view of customers and their accounts. Hence, it's difficult to create personalized customer experiences. Sales and marketing activities take place in different systems and all activity consolidation is manual, error-prone, and time-consuming. There is no predictive way to know if a customer is about to churn, and salespeople react to churn instead of proactively approaching the situation. There is no easy way to create business metrics based on account hierarchies, and the list goes on. We will see how Audience Insights help address these pain points. The personas I'll use here are the customer, Linda, who is an office admin that purchases office supplies for her department on a monthly cadence. She simply visits the website and orders the office supplies her team need. The business analyst, Badri, who is in charge of creating insights that her sales team leverage in their sales activities. And finally, the sales rep, Bill, who relies on the generated insights to create tailored sales experiences with the accounts that he owns. So Linda visits the websites at the end of every month to order office supplies. This is the online repeat customer. Customer here is represented by an account, and Linda is the primary contact of this customer account. Badri, our business analyst in the story, creates a measure inside Audience Insights to identify high-value accounts based on total purchase at headquarter level. She also generates churn scores for all the accounts in a certain product category. This is the step where companies identify accounts at the risk of churn. She then creates a new churn segment for high-value and highly engaged customers that are at churn risk. Now things are moving over to sales rep. Bill gets an email that one of his high-value accounts is at risk of churn and pulls up the account profile in his company's internal sales system, which is getting all the CDP goodness directly from Audience Insights. He then creates a tailored offer for Linda based on her activity timeline and enriched unified profile, including competitive pricing on the selected product categories. Bill reviews his dashboard to see if there are any other accounts at risk of churn and prepares additional offers as needed. Linda gets an email about the new competitive pricing on the products she might have churned on ahead of her website visit, and then browses the website to find out more. This was a quick intro to Audience Insights. Thank you so much for spending time with me looking at our account-centric CDP, Audience Insights. We keep introducing new features, enhance existing integrations, and have a really exciting roadmap ahead of us. You can try all of this yourself by signing up for a free trial on dynamics.microsoft.com. Thank you again and enjoy the rest of Ignite.